Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, I'm going to be talking to you and telling you about the research that I did on investing, and I'm going to tell you how it's easy to make more money from the money that you currently have with a pretty high probability rate. But I will add the caveat that you can never fully predict the market. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, nobody expected COVID, for example. So the market went down at that time. There is risks like that involved. So this is not guaranteed, and obviously do it at your own risk. So I'm gonna tell you the easy and brainless way to do it first, which is just like download the app Wealth Simple, and then you just sign up there. You deposit some money into there, and then they can manage your money for you. And in exchange for doing so, they'll take a certain percentage of your gains on that, of the money that you make on it. They'll take a commission, they'll take some percentage of that. So what I would recommend to do instead is to invest into a mutual fund. Basically, a mutual fund is a conglomerate of different stocks. It's not just one stock. It's not something like Facebook or Apple or Google's stock. It's not just one company. Instead, it's a huge collection of companies. So your risk and your reward is spread out among all these different companies. So if one company goes bankrupt, it's not going to affect your returns that much. And there is one stock in particular that I will recommend that you invest in. Once again, do so at your own risk. You got to think about it for yourself. Let me tell you about the types of returns that you can expect to receive from my research. And I'm not selling anything with regards to this. I don't make any money from this. I'm just going to tell you what I learned about this. So, there's a stock, or there's more than one, and a bunch of mutual funds will grow at around 10% per year. So with a 10% growth rate per year, assuming that it grows every year, which is not guaranteed to happen, sometimes they can go down, and sometimes they can grow by like 20% or 30% in one year, etc. So you never know for sure what is going to happen. But on average, for a bunch of them, the return is 10% per year. And the one of the ones that's the best growing ones is mutual funds in the US stock market, the United States stock market. And I'm going to tell you about foreign exchange rates in a second. I'm going to tell you about that next. So, I'm in Canada. In Canada, the stock market, the Toronto Stock Exchange is what it's called, the main one at least. It doesn't grow as fast as the US one. And the Canadian one only grows like 6 or 7% per year on average, but the US ones generally grow around 10% per year. The taxes, let me get into the taxes on the investments now. So, taxes in Canada, and I assume it's similar in a lot of places, but in Canada, the basically the income you get from your investments, it's only taxed when you actually withdraw from it, unless you're receiving dividends, which is a direct cash payment, or if you're receiving interest, which is also a different type of direct cash payment from your investments. So otherwise, it's an unrealized gain, an unrealized like profit that you're making. So when it's unrealized, you're not paying taxes on it. The only time you pay taxes on it, say for example, you buy a $10 stock and it goes up to $80, you're not going to pay taxes on that $70 increase unless you choose to withdraw it once it reaches $80. And the way that the taxes work is that once you withdraw it, the amount which it's grown from the original amount you invested. So you invested $10 at first, and then it grew up to $80. The difference between your original investment and its fair market value when you sell it and somebody buys it is the amount that's going to get taxed. So in this example that we are going through, it will be $80 of the fair market value minus $10 of your original investment, which leaves $70 of taxable income. And that taxable income is added to your regular income. So whatever you make from your job, for example, or whatever source of revenue you have, it's probably a job for most people, it's a job. You add your money that you make from your investment to the money that you make from your regular job. So it's basically just like you had earned more money in the year. In Canada, it's a little bit different. They have a capital gains tax. So when you sell your stock, if you live in Canada, it it's not the case that the entire amount of money that you make from your investment, like that, let's go back to the previous example. You bought for 10, you sell for 80, that's $70. In Canada, it's not the case that the entire $70 is taxed. In Canada, only 50% of that amount is taxed. So you'd only have $35 of taxable income. $35 goes directly to your bank account, and $35 is taxed before it goes into your bank account. That's a little bit simplified, but that's exactly how it works in the general sense of things. So that's taxes. Depending on your country, it's going to be similar. In Canada, there's also a thing called a tax-free savings account. So you can invest through this account. You can put up to $6,500. It's going to be a quick thing. I'm going to talk about this tax-free savings account for just 30 seconds or so. You can put $6,500 into this account per year in Canada. You can invest with this account, and then whatever money you make from this account is not taxed. So those investments and this sort of thing are not taxed. So when you invest it, the stock grows in value, you withdraw it, it's not taxed. Okay, so now I want to recommend a specific stock to you. And the stock that I would recommend is, once again, do this at your own risk though, only if you're willing to lose the money that you invest. Even though the probability is that you will make money, you should still do your own research. Anyways, the stock is the S&P 500, the Vanguard S&P 500. You should search it up. It's on the New York Stock Exchange. Oh yes, I was going to talk about foreign exchange. So if you're living in a country outside of the US, you have to exchange your currency into US dollars before you invest it. If you're already in the US, you don't have to do this step. Your money's already in US dollars. So I would recommend Wealthsimple for this, but you can use any service to do the foreign exchange and to invest. Wealthsimple makes it easy, and they only take 1.5% commission when you exchange it. So you lose 1.5% when you convert your currency into US dollars, and you lose 1.5% again when you convert it back. And really 1.5% is not a lot, especially when you consider that you get taxed like 20% at the minimum regularly if you're not using a tax-free savings account or something like that. So really 1.5% both ways, so 3% in total is not a lot. So I would recommend using Wealthsimple for those purposes, for the foreign currency exchange. And then the stock that I would recommend is the Vanguard S&P 500, which is a collection of 500 top performing companies in the US market. So these companies are carefully selected, they're carefully vetted. These are the companies like Facebook, Apple, Google, and also recently I think Tesla. I'm not 100% sure if Tesla is on there, but it's a whole bunch of companies that have been performing well year after year. It's very tough for them to enter onto that list, and the money that you invest is basically split between a whole bunch of these stocks, and it basically follows the general trend of the US economy. If the economy is going up, your investment's basically going to go up, basically guaranteed. It's a pretty high correlation. And if the US market is not doing well, the economy is experiencing a negative downturn of economic activity, then you're gonna lose some money. But generally it goes up around 10% per year. It's a pretty steady return on your investment. So it's honestly, it's really going through Wealthsimple and doing this whole process is pretty easy. Just search up S&P 500, just like S, and then use the and sign. It's called an ampersand, where you go like this, S ampersand P 500, the numbers 500, S ampersand P 500. Search that up. You'll see Vanguard S&P 500, something similar to this. NYSE, which stands for New York Stock Exchange. That's the stock you want. Look at the graph, see how it's changed over time. You can see that there was an economic, like it went down during COVID and it went down during the start of the war. But other than that, it's recovered by now anyways, I think. And other than that, it's been doing pretty well recently. And then over the long run, it's been doing around 10% increase per year. Very steady stock exchange. I mean, very consistent stock in terms of getting returns on your investment. It's a good stock to invest into when you have some extra cash. And it's pretty liquid when you invest into this stock too, because the money that you invest, it's not just stuck in there. You can get it out and you can use it within a couple of days. Like it's not going to take more than 3 days maximum to get your money out. Like more likely it'll be within 1 day, either your buy order or your sell order will be fulfilled. But 3 days, like the maximum, I would say. It's pretty liquid, which means that it converts into cash pretty quickly. So it's pretty easy to get your money back after you invest it if you need your money for some certain purposes. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe. I think that's everything I want to say about this topic. It takes about 7 years on average for your money to double with 10% returns, but you also have to consider the fact that there's inflation. If you don't invest your money is going to be devalued due to inflation of around 2% per year. If you invest your money into something conservative like the S&P 500, then you can actually make money with your money instead of having your money lose its value every year. And it's super easy to do. I would highly recommend that you do it. That's basically all that you need to know, because you don't need to know all the details about how to invest. It's easy. It's basically done for you, because the people who select the companies that are listed on the S&P 500 mutual fund, it's called the mutual fund, they do it very carefully. They're experts at it. They're financial experts, and they basically have already done all the thinking for you. When you pay financial experts a commission, like say you go to a bank or even through Wealthsimple and you have them manage your investments for you, basically what they're going to do is they're going to invest into stocks similar to these anyways. Like they'll probably invest into that same stock. They'll probably invest into the S&P 500 for you. So you're really not gonna, it's all a probability thing, but you're probably not gonna be making more money just because somebody else is investing it for you and you consider them to be an expert, which they are. But they can't really do it better than you, because you can't consistently outpredict the market with a high likelihood of success. So they'll just be going for something conservative, which is exactly what you would be investing in anyways if you invest in the S&P 500. So there's no benefit to having your investment managed for you. I mean, there's the benefit because you're still going to make money from your money, but there's no benefit of having it managed for you as compared to simply investing into the S&P 500 or Vanguard S&P 500 by yourself. If you do it by yourself, you get more returns on your money because you're not paying a commission fee on that money. So it's just better in every single way. There's no downsides to it. It's just better in every single way because you get more money. but it's up to you. That's everything that you need to know. If you want to do more research, it's up to you. I would highly recommend doing more research, because why not? If you're interested in it, that's all you need to know though. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Peace.